I'm really excited about the Agent Lightning that Microsoft has released. Um, I wanted to take the next step and actually build something myself with it rather than just talk about it. And I've chosen a specific demo that is relevant to something that I've been trying to do for some time now with myself, which is help me take an agent that specializes in updating me about applications that I am interested in and teach it my way of thinking. Amazing, right? I volunteer at the Royal Statistical Society for the Business and Industrial section, BIS. We have a newsletter there that I manage, and I wanted to have a way to find maybe to add to a section there in the newsletter, papers that could be relevant to the members. I was thinking, maybe it would be nice to talk about augmented statistics, augmented machine learning, or where statistics and machine learning uh, are still required even in the age of generative AI. So I set out to see if I can build myself a small agent or agentic team that will help me compile this. And Agent Lightning is that beautiful case where, with a few examples, one can guide the prompt and craft it and improve it to do exactly what you want. So we have an agent, and this agent has a specific prompt that says exactly what I wanted to do, or I think that I wanted to do, and it uses a base model that I've chosen, and I've given it a tool to go to archive and to go to DuckDuckGo and search for particular papers, and I put in a prompt that says, yeah, please give me these particular topics that I'm interested in, and it gives me a response that I can decide whether to include or not include in a newsletter. So the Agent Lightning adds a layer on top of that, looks at all those responses and has an evaluator that I can tell it how to evaluate this. And the evaluator generates a reward that has an input a particular algorithm that improves the prompt. Now, I decided that I wanted to see how I can add my own personal judgment alongside this evaluator to define what the reward would look like. So my judgments go into the algorithm that improves the prompt in this case. And later on, maybe I'll figure out how to also use Agent Lightning to do the fine tuning of the model itself, the base model itself. So let's go and have a look at the demo. So the application is very simple. It has a functionality to ask the Agentic team, go out there and find what's new, give me one article or paper or post to decide whether I would like to include it in my newsletter, collect a newsletter, allow me to see what I have collected so far, maybe take things off. If I take things off, then they are not relevant, mark them as irrelevant. Once I've collected a few articles and indicated my choice, then learn from my choice. This is where the Agent Lightning comes in. I want to see how the whole point of this demo is. How is this learning going along? How is it performing, and so forth. So let's see what's new today. So when I ask it to tell me what's new, it starts with archive in the yesterday, and if it doesn't find an archive now, then it goes and looks 7 days ago or 60 days ago. If nothing appears that is within the criteria in archive, then it goes and searches using DuckDuckGo into the wider web and tries to find something relevant. So this is about LLMs, and this is not exactly what I'm interested in, because I want the interface between AI and generative AI, classical machine learning, and generative AI augmentation or comparison between the performance of the two. So I'll say skip. I can say, hey, give me another one, please. And once this is searching, you can see here the history appears behind it. So you can see now I'm already on version 4. This also does not feel to me a paper that I'm interested to include in my newsletter, so I'll skip that. So what you can see here so far is that I've already created 4 versions of my prompt. Each time I did a new version, it seems to become longer and longer, although there is a penalty in the assessment to the length of the prompt. This is the number of papers that I've validated or that it's recommended to me, and I made some decisions. You can see that of the 13, I accepted 38 here, 30% here, 40% here, and 50% here. And you can see the list of the latest papers that have been presented to me and whether I like them or not. It's time now to see if I can get a better prompt. So I'm going to ask Agent Lightning to look at all the papers, all the 46 papers I've evaluated so far, and come up with a new prompt. I'm using similar prompt optimization as the demo that Microsoft provides. And you can see here that it took about 10 seconds of CPU time. It believes that is improved by 15%. And if I will refresh the analytics, then you can see prompt number 5 appears here. Obviously, at the moment, 0% compared to 38%, so it's total disimprovement. The prompt itself is a little bit longer, I see, very structured, quite detailed. So if you look at prompt number 1, it was much shorter. So now let's see what happens if I ask for another paper. Explainable artificial intelligence in LSTM transform. Okay, this is a paper I'm interested in, so I'll include it. If you look in the newsletter itself, you can see the different papers that I've collected so far. Comparative analytics of CNN, transformers, and traditional AI. Perfect. This is exactly the type of paper I'm interested in. So this was the 4th one. If we just look at the analytics, I'm standing now at 75% compared to the 30. Yeah, it's only 4 papers, but it's starting to feel that it's getting me. One interesting lesson that I've learned in the last couple of days playing with Agent Lightning is the classical lesson that it really is important to fine-tune the hyper parameters of the algorithm that sits behind Agent Lightning to get good results, and one needs really to up the performance and figure out the right balance there for time and depth of the algorithm. But I believe there's loads of potential here. I have now a better understanding of how to solution architect an application that incorporates Agent Lightning in it. It's really easy. Thank you very much for attention. My next step is to look at the reinforcement learning aspect of Agent Lightning.